They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught. Smith. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Following the interception, Mayfield escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. O'Shane Zimenez just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Mayfield, complete. Smith has it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And Mayfield just getting the play off. It's caught. Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Patriots' 11-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Check. Hey, alert 33.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Pistol.
On third down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. And his kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw here into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, New England.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Patriots, nothing.
Right back to Connor here on first. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Smith running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Set. 180. 52 right here. 52. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Set. 180. They can't hang with us. My touch.
Mayfield to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jordan. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Tighten up.
On the run, it's Smith. Room past the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the run is Counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
I'm coming after you.
On first down, here's Breida. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Come on, D. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll go down at the 28. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Switch, switch, switch. Check three, check three, check three.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Check right, check right. Alert, 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 alert. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Throwing on second and 14. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And some space here. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Patriots.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Mike 3! Mike 3! Keep it up, come on. Keep it up, guys. 0-0, Mike 3! Woo-hoo! Mike 3, Mike 3! Combo, combo, combo! Pick me up, here we go. Mike 3!
They'll throw now on the final play. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Pistol. 10. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. King.
On third down, a run from Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. to throw. Going deep for... It got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for New England. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Smith. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
We got this, coach.
They'll set up to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will take the lead at 13-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Alert!
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets him 9. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill! Slam! Mike's 56! Mike's 56!
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Kill! Turn up! Kill! Turn up!
They run with Breida. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
50. 180! Right there, 56. Yeah, that's what I do. 25! Check 25! Check 25! 56. Check 56.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They begin with a run by Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Second and 2. They'll set up the screen to Smith.
Let's go, baby.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
3 down. Check. Check 3. Watch the twist.
Now it's Connor. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They run again with Breida. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now it's Breida. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 45-yard line.
Set. 180. Sit with the mic. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Shift. Regular. Check safety. Why? Get one.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Bills on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Switch gears. Turn it out. Watch the shift.
They run for it with Breida. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. Here's Breida. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
And he'll get in! Touchdown, Buffalo! Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17.
Next to score, Patriots 20, Bills 17.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Connor on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. Second down coming up. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Double time. 4 down, 4 down. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Check it back, check it back.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
They'll set up a throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
On the carry, here's Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Smith. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Pats, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they dropped their 7th game on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.